Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are brand new here, my name is Shalia and I just want to say hello. For those of you guys who are not new here, I just want to say I'm so sorry. I know your girl has been gone for a little over a month. I promise there's a reason. That's obviously what we're here to talk about today. So before I jump into exactly why I left, I do want to go ahead and ask you guys to do a few things for me. I know that you might not be willing to at this moment, but I promise I am loads of fun. So if you guys are new here, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And of course, give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoy the video. Click the bell so you guys get notified because I don't want you guys to miss anything. I have so many videos coming. Despite my absence, I actually filmed quite a lot of videos this week. Multiple videos today actually, so that's really exciting. And I don't want you guys to miss anything. So, and then of course, last but never least, if you guys have something to say, just go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section down below. I always respond to every comment. Not kidding. Every single one. So yeah, let's go ahead, let's just jump right into the video. So before we get started, I just want this to be super casual. I really want to just talk to you guys, let you guys know what's been going on, where I've been, etc, etc. So I am obviously going to be doing a full face in this video because I'm completely bare at the moment, but full disclaimer, I'm probably not going to go through the products just in an effort to save some time. So what I will do for you guys what I will do for you guys is I will link every single thing in the description box down below so that you guys have access to anything that you liked the way that it finished on my face. This way you guys know exactly what it was, but you know, I'm not rambling on for like 20 years here. So let's kind of just get into it and let's just talk. I want to make sure that I'm not like talking the entire time that I'm doing my makeup, just like for editing purposes. But basically, wait, hold on, let me stop lying. Let me do my brows. I don't even know why I'm playing this game. Like, we all know I cannot talk while I do my brows, honestly. So basically, my last video that I posted for you guys was the I want to say it was the graphic liner inspired or like recreated from Ariana Grande's makeup look in the Rain On Me video with her and Lady Gaga. I had an entire lineup of videos that I was intending to film that week and in the weeks coming up, and obviously like I didn't do them, so like there's not even like I don't even have like pre-filmed content to share with you guys. Then shortly after, George Floyd was killed and it kind of just sparked this fire in the country for obvious reasons. Obviously, I am a black woman, in case you didn't know. And I know the exceeding disgusting amount of racism that happens in this country. Following the events that happened afterwards, it just really put me in a really bad mood. You guys, I spent days, hours out of multiple days sobbing. So yeah, like it just sparked this frustration in me that I wasn't prepared for and that I didn't really see coming. And I think as a result, I kind of just shut down. I didn't shut down like to my friends and like my family. I shut down to my online community because I very quickly felt obligated to say something publicly online, but then I also felt like screw that. I don't need to be sitting here. Not that I don't need to be. I don't like, you know, you like want to be careful about how you say things because very quickly people misconstrue the words that are coming out of your mouth. So I just like took the time to educate myself, and I didn't want to feel obligated to educate anybody else when the same tools that I used to educate myself were accessible to other people. Does that make sense? So then I battled very much with like feeling like, wow, like is it bad of me? Am I wrong for not going online and publicly speaking out as a black woman? Like, am I failing myself? Am I failing my community? Am I failing my family? Am I failing my future children by not saying with my own words, you know, what it is that I feel? And then I was like, for my own sanity, I had to take a step back and make the decision to protect my sanity. It's not healthy to wake up every single day crying. It's not healthy to wake up every day and feel like a part of you is questioning your friends and your colleagues, and, you know, like, not that you should not do those things, because you should always be aware of the people that you are surrounding yourselves with, and always surround yourself with people who have your best interest at heart and will protect your energy, and etc, etc. But it was all so much happening at the same time. On top of that, my aunt was having a baby, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and so, like, obviously, like, I'm worried about her health. She lives in Ohio. She doesn't even live here. Like, I'm worried about her health. I'm worried about her safety, her husband, you know, her husband's son. Then on top of it, my grandmother got COVID. So I'm just dealing with, like, a sea of emotions. And I was like, if I think I can go online and either have a conversation with you guys and act like I'm okay, I'm lying. And then if I think I can go online and have a conversation about Black lives in this world and about racism without breaking down and crying my eyes out, I'm lying. So I'm sorry if, you know, I've disappointed anybody and anybody felt like I made the wrong decision. I do apologize for that, because I never want to feel like people can't talk to me or, you know, come to me for those types of conversations, because that's not the case. But at the same time, it was a lot. It really was a lot. So instead, I spent my time reading on my socials, reposting what was going on, donating, like, signing petitions. When I tell you, like, the people I was surrounded by and who I talked to the most were just, everyone was just so involved. Sending letters, sending emails, and going out and voting, and really just not necessarily educating my community, like my online community, but educating my friends. And even some of my friends educating me. Things that I didn't know. I found myself watching movies that I had never wanted to see in the past, because I knew how they would make me feel. So that was really how I kind of just spent the last month and a half. When I tell you guys, I was not in a good headspace. I was not in a good headspace. I'm in a rut. I'm in a mood. I just can't kind of pull myself out of it, and that is now because of work, like my work situation. So obviously with COVID, a lot of us are out of work. I'm one of those people who's out of work. I work full-time at a restaurant in the city, and technically speaking, we do have an outdoor space, but the amount of staff required to run the restaurant, because of A, our layout, and B, just like the amount of food that we serve and the amount of people that are needed, well, technically it's 4 floors if you include the basement, where like we keep like kitchen stock and bar stock and blah 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 blah. So it's not lucrative really for us to open just that space. So luckily we have another location, and so that location's been open, which is great for them, but like that has nothing to do with me. And obviously with the state of the economy, they're just not trying to extend people's unemployment, which is like a whole nother story in itself, and I'm not even really going to get into that because this whole conversation is going to turn political. So yeah, so that's kind of like where my head's been at and why I've been in such a funk. And if I'm being completely honest, while I am still not in a great headspace. I just needed to get myself back to some normalcy because the world is not trying to like simmer down, you know what I'm saying? So I just really needed to bring myself back to what makes me happy, and right now this is it. Anyway, so with all of that being said, I want to tell you guys how genuinely excited I am to just be getting back to this. I'm trying to like improve my channel. I'm trying to improve my Instagram. There's so many like small things that I'm doing. I'm taking it a day at a time just to really continuing to grow, not just like my following, but me as a person just continuing to grow. That's what's kind of just making me happy right now. I am going to pop my lashes on and I'm gonna come right back and finish my face and keep talking to you guys. So just give me a sec. Okay guys, so I'm back, my lashes are on, and small disclaimer really quick, if you guys hear a small humming sound, I'm sorry. I had to turn my fan on because I can't film with my AC on because it's too loud, and I was in here like sweltering. So if that's there, I'm sorry. I hope it's not like super irritating. Now I'm thinking to myself like, what the hell was I talking about? Life update, blah. Oh, work. I think that's where we were. I think we were talking about work and like unemployment and blah blah blah. So like that has kind of like also added to my anxiety and like my frustration with everything right now, because obviously like right now, because I'm out of work, I'm heavily reliant on my savings and my unemployment. And like if I am basically then only relying on my savings, it's like how long, oh look at that, Lord grant me the strength, I can't. It's like how long can I realistically go still maintaining my bills, and like, you know, like at this point it's like screw the lifestyle, you know what I mean? Like if I can't go shopping or buy makeup for a while, like I think I'll live. But you know, as far as like I put on so much of this by mistake. Okay, we're gonna switch brushes. So yeah, so it's like how long are we really asking people to rely on savings? And then it's like I feel even worse for like people who don't have any, like have no savings, you know what I mean? So like my friends and I and like my coworkers have all just kind of been in the same like headspace where it's like, okay, and then it's like, yeah, we can all technically hope to go find another job, but with the amount of people who are out of work right now, it's like, how many jobs do y'all really think there are available right now? Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's something that a lot of people are not acknowledging and like talking about. So it's like, and then not only how many jobs are there, because of course I'm sure plenty, maybe not everyone, but plenty of people who are out of work can go find something, either whether it be in a similar field or not, something could be available. But it's like, is the pay comparable to what you were making before, and can you sustain your life on that income? And if the answer is no, then it's like, you know, that whatever. I'm super frustrated, and as of right now it doesn't look like anything's changing because of the amount of selfish ass human beings in this country, which is another thing that's just beginning to frustrate the hell out of me. And it's like, bro, put a mask on when you go outdoors. If you're gonna be in public and you're gonna be, you know, subjecting yourself to surrounding other people, like this is not about you. And I feel like that's another thing that like people don't want to acknowledge. Like the mask doesn't help the person wearing it. The mask helps the people who you know, who you're around. Yeah, it's just like there's a lot that's been going on, and it's just super frustrating. And obviously, like, you know, everybody in America is in the same place, but like especially for me, like I live in New York. A few months ago it was really bad here. And I feel like that's just, I don't think I realized this had a scent. That smells really good. I really didn't realize it had a scent though. I look insane right now. So funny. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm just annoyed because like I just feel like I have absolutely no idea when I can get back to work. I have no idea the state of my finances. And so I think for a while, a couple weeks, in the last couple of weeks, with all of the things that have been going on, and then you add that on top of it, I've been allowing myself to be pulled down and frustrated over the things that I for the most part, I cannot control. I cannot control whether or not people in my state and in other states wear masks. I cannot control whether or not my job is allowed to reopen. I cannot control whether or not the government decides to extend unemployment. I can't control those things. So what I want to do for the next coming weeks or months or whatever it might be is focus on the things I can control. Like how crazy I look right now. I look like a Simpson. Oh god, it's hilarious. It's fine, it'll all come together in the end. This is a new concealer too. Like, I put it on when I got it, but who knows like the final outcome. So I could just literally be talking to you guys for no reason and none of this could get posted because I hated the outcome. But yeah, so that's why like I just told myself, like, girl, it's time. Get back to filming, do what you love, like control your narrative, control what you can control. And that's kind of just what I'm doing. So I'm taking control of the things I can control. Once again, how many times did I say control? And that's that. And I'm just gonna continue to do just that, because if I continue to just allow myself to get sucked down by everything else, I'm gonna end up in a mental state more so than the one that I'm already in. If you feel differently about any of the things I've stated so far, I'm more than happy to have an open dialogue that remains respectful without, you know, getting nasty, because I don't have the time. I got into it the other day on Instagram, where again, I wasn't like, you know, I'm never gonna be one of those people who's like, or at least I'm not gonna say never, but I try really hard not to be one of those people who's on the internet just like, you stupid, you know, like, it's just not necessary. Like, I don't know those people from a fucking hole in the wall, and they don't know me from a hole in the wall, and until you call me out of my name, I will do my very best to be respectful. But basically what I kind of got into with this girl is Misguided posted a photo a few days ago now, and I will show you guys the picture in just a second. So here's the photo that was posted on Misguided's Instagram, and I was just very, very, very disgusted with the comments. And I could go on and on and on by reading you the comments that were there, but I'm sure if you use your imagination, you can come up with a couple of ideas as to what was mentioned in the comments. And I was just fed the up, okay? I was fed up, you guys, okay? And I decided to, which sometimes, like a lot of times, I don't even bother like getting involved in the comments. Like, I'll leave my own comment, but very rarely do I comment on other people's comments or make a comment that might trigger someone to reply to one of my comments. So basically, I took it upon myself to comment my own comment. Like, I didn't comment on anybody else's comment. Like, this was my own comment, that the toxicity in the comments over that photo is exactly what's wrong with the world today. And a few hours later, this girl replied to my comment, which she has every right to do because this is America. And she said, I can't remember now, hold on, I'll read it to you. And I'm not gonna put her at or anything like that, because I just don't, you know. It says, what's wrong with this world is that we accept eating unhealthy and not exercising, and then wonder why 2/3 of the population looks like this. Without getting into any, you know, my response to her was essentially this. That photo was of a woman whose body she deserves to love, regardless of what she eats, regardless of whether or not she diets, regardless of whether or not she's healthy or not. We don't get to tell that woman that she does not deserve to love every cell in her body because society's standards tell her otherwise. 2/3 of the population is very unhealthy. But if we want to really, if you want to start that conversation, honey, we can go all day. We can go all day, because while I would not consider myself, I don't know what word I'm looking for right now, but like, I'm not a skinny girl. I'm not a skinny girl. And I feel like I can relate to both sides. I've been slimmer before, I've been heavier before. I just feel like there have been times in my life where I have been so happy with my image, and then there have been times where I've felt so terrible with my image, but my own self-confidence cannot allow myself to feel bad, like to the point where I let it bring me down. I'm not pleased with my weight as we speak. Like, I've gained so much weight since we've been in quarantine, you guys. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. Like, I have so many items in my closet that don't fit that I'm like, oh my god, like I have all these clothes and they don't fit me. But I can tell you right now, I look in the mirror every day and I love myself regardless, because at the end of the day, that does not define me. It does not make me who I am. Now, like I said, the food industry is a money making machine in America, because once again, we live in a country where we allow money and power to dictate the way that we live our lives here. And so you'll go to the supermarket and a pack of noodles costs $5. You get all those noodles for like nothing, and then you turn around and a bag of apples is like $7, or an avocado is $3. And then you'll turn around and at people's jobs, they're making minimum wage, and minimum wage in some states is $6, $7, $8. And rent is, like in New York, you be lucky as hell to find, like in New York City, you'd be lucky as hell to find a 1-bedroom apartment for less than $1,600. Like, that is like, you have hit the mother load. You better never leave your apartment. And minimum wage in New York is $15. So let's just do the math really quick, right? Let's say you work a full 40-hour week. That's $600 a week. Now let's take away taxes. $600 a week. That is minimum wage in this country, okay? In a country who are like, people are getting paid at these jobs, who work these minimum wage jobs because they couldn't pay to go to school, or they couldn't pay to, like, there's so many, like, I could literally go on and on and on and on and on today. So if you really want to get into why 2/3 of the country is unhealthy, or why 2/3 of the country can choose to eat unhealthy, we can really get into it and we can really talk about it. But what we are not gonna do is stand here and tell this girl not to love herself because she's overweight, okay? There are skinny girls who eat like ass, solid ass, pizza every day, chicken nuggets, McDonald's, cookies, candy, snacks, and there'll be that same girl who's 250 pounds who is technically overweight, and she's getting up and she's working out every day to what she is, like, to her ability, and she's eating well, and she's losing weight, but she's losing weight slow. And then she logs on the internet and she posts a photo and everyone is tearing it down. And so in some of your mind, you're thinking, well, technically speaking, if I would use that as motivation, but you won't use that as motivation, because it's not that easy. And unfortunately, until you can turn around and you can look someone in the face and tell them that you've had that struggle, you've had your mind set up the way their mind is set up, you've been ridiculed the way they've been ridiculed, you've been made fun of for the, like, you know, there's so many reasons, and like, there's so many things that I could add to that where you can be allowed to ridicule that person, but 9 times out of 10 you will never ever understand. I don't give a flying fuck if you were the girl or the guy or whatever who was 600 pounds and now you're 150 pounds. You don't know what's going in that person's head. You don't know what's going on in that person's head. There are literally people out here who kill themselves. Literally, I'm not kidding, literally kill themselves because they feel unloved. And that starts with self-love. So that should just piss my ass off. So, like I said, if you have, and I know that whole conversation just went completely left, because I honestly, guys, like, I'm still fuming about it. I'm thinking about it and I'm still angry, because I'm just like, you want to talk about the health industry? We live in a country who tells everybody, oh, you'll be fine, just get a vaccine. Oh, you'll be fine, just get a vaccine. And don't get me wrong, while vaccines are helpful in a lot of situations, they are not beneficial in every situation. They don't help everyone in every situation. So let's get down to that really quick. And then How about just starting from the inside? Health comes from within. From within. But when everyone is going to school and they're eating junk in school, and then they walk into the supermarket and the supermarket is lined with terrible, terrible foods. Like, shut up. Just shut up. You don't know that kid's mom could have had $10 at the end of the week after she paid her bills, put her kids to school, bought her kid a uniform, took her transportation to work. You have no idea. And then had $10, $20 and went to the supermarket and bought what she could. And as a result, maybe their child is overweight now. Maybe they've grown up to, you don't know anybody. You don't know. And so instead of getting on that person and telling them that they're horrible, uplift them. Why is it so hard for people to uplift each other? And that's real. Ciao. Anyway, you guys, I know this has gone like way like left, but I told you guys why I took a break. Looks like this concealer worked out, by the way, guys. Obviously. So, you know, obviously, these are just all like super heavy conversations that you can have. These conversations, you can have these types of healthy dialogues with your family, with your friends, even with people on the internet. But I think so many people are just so uneducated on so many topics that y'all think it's acceptable to sit behind your keyboards and judge someone else without, you don't have the right to judge, but also just without having all the information. And I think that part of like social media culture, like, because obviously social media has helped us in more ways than one, but also it has really brought out the very nasty side in people, because they've lost that idea of like, if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything, you know. But when you come in my comments and have something to say, I'll be damned if I don't say anything back to you, you know what I mean? And that just goes right back to just like Black Lives and like the Black Lives Matter movement, and just like even when like the rioting started and like in the midst of the protests, and it's like, oh, look at them, they're rioting. And it's like, are we though? Are you paying attention? And yes, of course, oops. And yes, of course, there are always going to be people who are going to take advantage of those types of situations. Like, you know what I mean? But don't use that narrative as a way to be like, oh, look, this is what they do. Because if we decide to do that with every single race and every ethnicity and every culture, no one would be safe. Okay, no one. But it's just this constant narrative, and so it's like, that's yet, like, you know, like I said, I'm just reading comments, and you know, it was just putting me in negative ass moods. So I'm sorry if this conversation got heavy. I know like most of us come to YouTube for like fun and, you know, an opportunity to kind of get lost in someone else's world, but I just had to be honest, and I had to really just tell you guys what was going on and like why I was where I was. Guys, we've come a long way. This is a massive improvement to where we started, you know what I'm saying? So this is the finished look, you guys. Just a quick, simple, everyday kind of glam. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am, like I said in the beginning, super glad to be back with you guys. I hope you guys are excited that I'm back. I'm excited that I'm back, probably more so than you are, but you know, a girl can dream. But anyway, like I said in the beginning, if you haven't yet already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed the video, and click the bell so that you guys get notified when I post something new. And like I mentioned a little while before, if you guys want to have a conversation about anything that I mentioned in the video, just go ahead and leave a comment. We can have a healthy dialogue about it. I'm happy to talk about it, my feelings, your feelings, etc, etc. I just want to be very clear. I will not argue anyone over human rights. I want to just make that very clear. If that's going to be something that you're going to throw in the comments, I won't engage it. I won't, because every single person on this planet, I don't care if they're an alien, deserves basic human rights. Okay? That's it. Everyone deserves to be able to survive. Everyone deserves to be able to eat, to live, to, like, that's it. And so I just don't even want to engage in that type of conversation. I want everybody to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that they know that somewhere in this world they are valued, and right now that's not happening. And so I won't argue that. Let's throw out that disclaimer. So if it's anything other than that, I'm happy to talk about it, and I will see each and every one of you guys in my next video. I love you all. Have a great day. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Bye.